your Call of Duty content was someone that was really good at the game. They would run and gun. They would run out there and just shoot a bunch of people. They would get high kills. They would only die a few times in their gameplay, and they would talk over their gameplay. They'd be like, "Hey guys, this is so and so. Yeah, today I'm buying a new car." Whatever. They would just talk about their life. That was kind of the whole thing. Or they would talk about the video game, give maybe a few tips and tricks to some of their viewers on how to get good. But that was the standard Call of Duty commentator. Now, everybody had their little gimmick, right? You know, one guy would be knowledgeable and teach how to be better at the game. The other guy was just naturally good, and you just want to watch him, like Sandy Ravitch, just an absolute fucking beast. All right. You had a guy like Only Use Me Blade, which would run around in Call of Duty only using a knife, which was entertaining content, blew him up massive. Now, Wings of Redemption, his skill set was, get this, camping. No, I'm serious. All right. And so when I'm saying camping, this is what I mean. Like when you're playing a first person shooter type game like Call of Duty, all right, the most annoying people in the game don't move. They sit in a corner, wait for you to run by, and then they shoot you. All right. Wings of Redemption, his entire channel, all of his gameplay was based on him sitting and waiting for someone to run by him so he would have the advantage and kill the opponent, right? And honestly, people actually somewhat respected it. He also got a lot of hate. You know, some people looked at him like he's a good player. I mean, he has an amazing KD, right? For every time he dies, he's killed at least 4 people, right? So he's good at the game. Other people in the community just hated him for it because it was like his style of gameplay was ruining the game, making it not fun. Anyhow, there were also other problems with the Wings. Is you know he was had a very short temper, right? And so he would always be raging and whatever. Like there's all kinds of shit with him. Anyhow, long story short, um, there was another creator out there named that guy who camps, who actually didn't camp, but that was his like username or whatever. And the two of them got into some type of beef where Wings of Redemption was just talking shit about that guy who camps. So that guy who camps hit me up asking me for help. So I did a live stream just talking all kinds of shit on fucking Wings of Redemption because I hated his ass, right? And so my fans, I allegedly started going over there fucking with his channel, flagging his videos. Then he uploaded a video and started flagging my fucking videos, got his fans to flag my videos. And so Machinima had a fucking crisis on their hand. I'm a Machinima director. Wings of Redemption is a Machinima director. At this point, neither one of our channels is partnered. We only make money from uploading content on Machinima. So the fans were flagging Machinima's videos, like the Machinima channel's videos. So Machinima had to put an end to this feud immediately. So Mr. Sark, right, who was like one of the head people there, right? He sits there and he gets a hold of me and gets a hold of Wings of Redemption, and he sits down for us to have a discussion to put this feud to an end. Now, I went there pretty professional and stuff. Like, I was a troll. Everyone knew me as a troll. That's what we did. We did trolling and online entertainment. But I went there professional saying, look, I understand the business aspect of this. It's not fair for this to happen to Machinima, right? And their videos getting flagged and everything else, right? And so I went there with the intentions of making peace. Wings of Redemption doxed me in the middle of this. He's like, do you live here? Do you live there? I mean, just a complete psychopath, right? Me and Wings never got along right from the very beginning. And this happened, ladies and gentlemen, like in 2010. So that's kind of how long me and Wings have kind of had this little beef going back and forth. I mean, how long ago was that? Jesus Christ. Anyhow, long story short, Wings of Redemption started a podcast, and he started a podcast with Woody's Gamertag and FPS Russia, and that podcast was called PKA. And during his time on that podcast, he said a lot of questionable things, but again, at the time, he got away with it because people actually respected Wings of Redemption for being a good Call of Duty player. They thought that this guy sitting in the fucking corner and waiting for guys to run by in Call of Duty was considered good. He was never good at games. He literally just camped. But anyhow, there was a YouTuber that was blowing up in the Call of Duty scene, but he wasn't like the other commentators at all right? His name was Syndicate. And Syndicate started blowing up because he was playing Call of Duty Zombies and he was really good at it and he was from the UK and he started getting more fucking views than Wings of Redemption, more views than anybody, all right? He was crushing it on his zombie content, but that's all he did is play Call of Duty Zombies. Well, they invited Syndicate on the live stream over on Twitch where PKA was happening, this podcast that Wings was a part of. And he came on as a guest, and Wings started talking shit, acting like he was a big guy, kind of clowning on Syndicate for being a zombie streamer, right? so, and so someone comes up with the idea that they have Syndicate versus Wings of Redemption on this map, and it's like a 1v1, and we'll see who comes out on top. Now, going into this, Syndicate can't win. He's a fucking zombies player, and Wings is a good Call of Duty player. Everybody respects him as being a good Call of Duty player. Well, they go to square up, and Syndicate fucking destroys Wings of Redemption, all right? Now, you guys got to understand, all right? This was a fucking Call of Duty zombie player beating a fucking legend. There were debates online before this happened that Wings was better than professional Call of Duty players. There were actually debates among people. That's how good people thought Wings was. But it turned out Wings wasn't good at all, and Syndicate was very good at the game. So at the end of this, Wings starts raging. Why'd you stream that shit? Just fucking losing his fucking mind. And in that moment when this happened, and I believe it happened in either 2011 or 2012, Wings of Redemption's respect ended right then and there. His career was finished. Like he would never have the respect that he once had ever again for the rest of his career. Right after that stream, I tried to get a hold of Wings of Redemption to host a rematch and Syndicate. Fucking Wings then tried to bribe. He tried to bribe Syndicate into faking taking a loss. And all that got exposed. I mean, it became very apparent that fucking Wings of Redemption was a piece of shit. And he was not really that good at video games. From there, he kept uploading to his channel. He kept uploading like 3 videos a day, just spamming and spamming and spamming. At this point, we all got partnered on YouTube. And he really just lost respect more and more and more and more and more. On his podcast, people recognized that Wings of Redemption, when they saw him in real life, was very much overweight. I mean, the guy was like 400 pounds and he was young. Like, he's way younger than me. The guy definitely needed to get into shape. All right. So there were all these efforts to get Wings into shape. FPS Russia like took him to his house. They did like this boot camp and shit. At that time, people were cheering for Wings of Redemption. They really supported him. There was this whole documentary series of him getting in shape and whatnot. And like it was starting to come back to respect a little bit, right? But then on this PK podcast, right, the guys decided to do a camping trip. They were going to stream a survival camping trip. Now, with this survival camping trip, it was like, dude, you can't bring food. You have to survive off the land type of shit. They were talking it up on their podcast. Everybody agreed to do it. At the very last minute, Wings refused to go. And because he refused to go, the other 2 members of the podcast were so fucking upset that they kicked Wings from the PKA podcast. Now, keep in mind, this podcast was created by Wings, right? This podcast was only a success because Wings was a superstar when it was created. Woody wasn't. Woody was barely unknown. Um, FPS Russia, I don't even believe at the start of PKA, FPS Russia had his big wave on YouTube where he became a massive YouTuber. So for Wings to get kicked off of his own podcast that he created was pretty astonishing. In fact, at the time, I remember defending Wings, thinking that was fucking bullshit that they kicked him off of his own show. Anyhow, after he lost his podcast and after he lost his respect from his fan base, things just kept going downhill from there. He was constantly uploading Call of Duty commentaries, basically begging for money, complaining about money, and then spending money on fucking brand new trucks and all this other dumb shit. Like it was getting pretty bad. And then he started streaming to pay the bills, right? He would stream he would stream and he would just bag people for money. He'd go on his stream, he's playing Call of Duty, he's raging, he's smashing controllers, all this other fucking dumb shit, right? Because he's bad at the game. And he'd tell his live stream like, "Oh man, I'm low on my mortgage payment. I'm low on my truck payment. I'm gonna need you guys to donate." Like, he was turning into a professional e-beggar. And as the views and views went down on his YouTube channel and he stopped making money on YouTube, the e-begging on his live streams over on Twitch became worse and worse and worse and worse. If you talk shit to him, if you trolled him, if you said anything negative in his chat, he would fucking ban you. Okay? He would just ban you immediately. Sometimes people were there to help him, and he would still ban those people as well. And so people recognized how sensitive he was. So the trolls started trolling him more and more and more and more. His career became so fucking sad, his e-begging became so fucking pathetic, right? That he lost all of his fan base. When I tell you that Wings of Redemption has no fans, I mean to this day, he has no fans. Now, when I say no, I'm exaggerating a little bit. Sure, there's probably like 200 genuine fans of Wings of Redemption, but there isn't more than that. When he live streams, though, thousands of people are watching. So how can that make sense? That a guy has like 100, 200 genuine fans, but thousands of people are watching. Because over the course of the last 5 years, an entire fandom was created based on trolling Wings of Redemption. Yes, that's how pathetic this became. An entire industry, channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, all dedicated to documenting Wings of Redemption's every fucking move, every stream, to clip shit out, to troll him, to fuck with him. Bro, an entire fucking massive community existing of, at least in based on everything I looked at, this community exists of like probably about a 500,000 fucking people, where every day they tune in to these YouTube channels dedicated to Wings to follow up with the new thing that's going on. Whole discords were created just to troll him and to fuck with him. Bro, it's so fucking crazy what has happened. Now, I'm not going to get into details with some of the things that they troll him with, because a lot of it is is so funny, and it's you need a clip. It doesn't do justice in audio form to explain what's going on. But I want to talk a little bit about the new thing that's happening with Wings of Redemption. So he did a weight loss surgery thing and for some reason didn't lose any weight. Like, he went to go get his stomach stapled, and we've all seen this 100 times when people do this, like they lose weight right away. He did lose weight after that. It was noticeable, but then gained it all back. So a big part of the bullying is him lying about, you know, eating healthy and drinking healthy and all that other stuff. Him e-bagging, that's like kind of the core of it, right? But there was something he said on PKA years ago that the trolls picked up on. Now, this happened like a decade ago, but he said something along the lines, and he was attempting to be funny, that he jacked off to his younger sister. And it was clearly meant to be a joke. At least that's what we thought. And the trolls found this clip in this old PKA episode, and they started bullying him with it, right? Saying that he's like into his sister or whatever. Now, his sister now is like 23 years old, but at the time she was 13. So this is literally a 10-year-old clip where he makes this joke. Now, the trolls, this community is so big, it's so massive that they're like fucking with Wings' entire family. Like his entire family is being harassed. Like in real life, people are sending pizzas, the swatting, everything you can imagine is happening to his entire family over the course of the last couple years. So on this Discord of trolls that are dedicated to trolling Wings of Redemption, a guy enters the Discord claiming to be the neighbor of Wings of Redemption. Now, that guy goes in there talking to these trolls, right? And these are not just trolls that are in this Discord. These guys are the owners of massive YouTube channels dedicated to making fun of Wings. Like the entire YouTube channel is dedicated to making fun of Wings. All right? So he's talking to them in a Discord, and they have this allegedly 4-hour conversation. In that conversation, the neighbor, right, which they verify is the neighbor, tells them that Wings of Redemption allegedly was making comments about his younger sister. And when the parents seen the joke, they wanted him to apologize or whatever. And he said he wasn't going to apologize because it's true. That's what the neighbor claims. The neighbor also told them that his younger sister, Wings of Redemption's younger sister, was removed from the home for a certain amount of time because of Wings of Redemption's attraction to her or whatever. That's what he was alluding to. And this 4-hour conversation, the neighbor said a lot of things. All right. And when you listen to the conversation, it sounds authentic, it sounds real, it sounds like everything is right. Right? Like, I mean, it's fucked up what they're saying. Like that shit's not right. But it sounds like the neighbor is credible. And all of a sudden, the troll videos start coming out. The troll channels start coming out with this audio, which is basically accusing Wings of Redemption of some pedophile stuff, some incest stuff with him and his younger sister. When this audio comes out of the neighbor, right, it goes viral. The Wings of Redemption fans start really hammering him. Wings responds by saying, I want to nip this in the butt. All right. And so he does a live stream with his actual neighbor. The guy that aired him out, now you're watching a live stream of Wings of Redemption and the neighbor there over at Wings' house to explain all this. Wings says, I want to nip this in the butt before this becomes a big thing. And the neighbor basically says, hey, I was talking to these troll channels for like 4 hours and they were taking what I was saying out of context. Now, listen, I don't care what this neighbor says or what Wings say. They're lying. Like in that stream where they're saying this was taken out of context. Bro, the things that he was saying, the details that he was putting forward, there's no way that it could have been taken out of context. There's no fucking way. So that's the first response is everything was taken out of context and it was worded away to make it seem like it didn't make sense. Somebody is fucking lying. Something is wrong. Then the fucking neighbor comes out with a different video he uploads to YouTube, a YouTube short, and he goes, um, I just want everyone to know what I said in this interview was 100% false. I lied. And I didn't even have a reason to lie. I just lied. on Wings of Redemption, and I don't know why I did it. I don't even know why I did it. And I want to apologize to Wings of Redemption and his family for all this. It's not making sense. None of it fucking makes sense. All right. First, you got the fucker going there on Wings of Redemption's stream, basically saying it was taken out of context. It was taken out of. Then you got him coming out saying, I just flat out lied. It doesn't make sense. What the fuck is going on? Here's my personal theory. I've known Wings forever. All right. I've known this guy since 2010, 2009 on YouTube. I've known him forever. And if Wings of Redemption, all right, if anybody comes at him, one of the things he threatens to do all the time is to sue you. I'm gonna sue you. What's your address? I'm gonna sue you. He threatened to sue me all the way back in 2010. That's one of his staples, right? I guarantee when he heard that audio from the neighbor telling that story, I guarantee that Wings threatened to fucking sue him. And because these are like family secrets and, you know, rumors going around in the fucking community, that guy has no way to fucking prove what he just said. So he folded. Oh, it was taken out of context. Oh, everything I said was a lie. I apologize. Like, that is what I think took place. That and Wings of Redemption's mother and the neighbor's mother are good friends. So I'm sure, that caused a little ruckus between those two. And, that's why we have this guy coming out saying he's fucking lying. But in my opinion, the story that the neighbors said, the story that the neighbor initially came out and told the trolls, in my opinion, is the actual fucking truth. Why on God's green earth would the fucking neighbor get on there and talk to people on a Discord telling all these stories with all this fucking details to these fucking, people that hate Wings of Redemption? Why the fuck would he do it? In his own explanation on why he lied, he goes, I don't know why I did it. I just lied and I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. But this is a story that I'm really interested in because, again, I've known this fucker since 2009, 2010, and I want to cover it on Drama Alert. And I guess what I want to know from you guys that are listening here right now is if you think that's a good topic for a Drama Alert video, give me some emojis. Oh, we're seeing those emojis. We're seeing those emojis. Anyhow, guys, I want to know your thoughts. So I'm about to end this Twitter space, and when I do end it, let me know. Tweet at me on your thoughts of this Wings of Redemption situation and what you think the truth is. Because, dude, I am convinced that the neighbor initially, when he came forward and told his story, I am convinced that he was telling the truth. I really believe it. It makes no sense. He's literally the neighbor. His mother and Wings's mother are best friends. He knows all the stuff that's going on. If you know, like these little towns down in the South where Wings of Redemption is from, South Carolina, everybody knows everybody's business. Everybody knows everybody's business. And they just talk openly about it. And good old boy walked into a Discord saying, well, yeah, this is what I heard. This is what my mom told me. This is what was said. Apparently, the reason why Wings' sister was moved out of the house because he was making advances towards her. I believe that guy was shooting from the hip. And then after a threat of a lawsuit, after after the quarrel between Wings of Redemption's mom and his mom, and those two saying, this is ruining our family, this is tearing our family apart. Make him go online and tell everybody that he's lying. I think that's what we're dealing with. Because think about it. Really, really think about it. The first time he comes forward, he goes, "Oh, it was taken out of context." Then he comes out with another video. The whole thing's lies. We got two lies after the fact. We got two lies after the fact. So which one is the truth?